Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If it's your first time on this channel, you are welcome. I am A.H.P. I'm an author and I also do business. Now today's video is for that part of my channel where we talk about real life issues, and it's something that God laid on my heart yesterday that I wanted to share with you, that I was supposed to share, but I thought rather than sharing it in a post on Instagram, it's better that I just do a video so that I can explain more, because I realized that sometimes people don't always read the caption of Instagram, so they end up missing the message and just focusing on a video, or very few people do read captions, especially long captions. Okay, so I wanted people to be able to click on the video and watch the video and get the full context of the message, rather than just looking at a video and not reading the caption or not reading the entire caption. Okay, so they miss out on the message. So without further ado, let us get into the video. In case you're wondering, it's a bit cold today. It's raining. Well, it was raining earlier, so the temperature has dropped and it's early hours of the morning. It's a late night today, because I've just been catching up on some work, some content creation for different channels. But anyway, I digress. That is why I've got this blanket on. I don't want to put on my electric heater because it will make too much noise. So yeah, that is why I've got my blanket. It's not freezing cold, but it's just a bit cold, okay, but not freezing cold. Okay, so the blanket will suffice. So yeah, so today's video is basically me sharing with you about arable land. Okay, acquiring land. The reason why you should be acquiring land, no matter where in the world you live, as long as you are able to purchase land or rent land, you should acquire land. Okay, now the reason why you should acquire land is because land is part of the wealth transfer. Okay, land is part of the wealth transfer that is currently happening all around the globe. Okay, all around the world, there is a transfer of wealth taking place, which includes land. Okay, so you should acquire land. You should be able to purchase land if you're able to purchase land. But if you're in countries where it's a little bit difficult to purchase land, you can still hire out land. Like for example, we rent out our land, a plot of land, for agricultural purpose. Okay, now that is the reason why it's part of the wealth transfer. Okay, it's part of land is part of the wealth transfer because of what we are going to need in the days to come, not just to build houses, although if you do acquire land and you need to build a house because you want to have your own house, it's also a great idea to be able to do that, to buy land to build on it. But don't just build on the entire plot or plots of land that you acquire. Make sure you leave a piece of it to be able to do at least agriculture. Okay, whether it's planting crops for food, okay, or for your family, or whether it's to do um whether it's to do fish farming where you set a pond, part of it as a pond, and then part of it to grow crops for food for your family again, you need that. Or whether part of it is going to be for poultry farming where you keep chickens, ducks, um, turkey, things like that, okay? Um, and also be able to grow food on there, plant crops on there, part of it for your family again. That's something that you could do. Or you're going to build on it, um, do cattle farming and also grow some crops on it for for food for your family. Again, that's something that you could do, okay? Or if you're going to build on it, rear goats or rear pigs on there, and then also a portion of it grow um grow food for your family. That's something that you can do, okay? Now, why am I making the emphasis of growing food or rearing animals for food? That is because if you haven't um watched the video, I might end up linking the video to this video. Okay, I'll see if I can do that. But if I haven't done it by the time you've watched this video, watch the video that I did called Food Will Be Controlled. This is partly why God is is asking us to for those of us who are believers in Jesus Christ, okay? A lot of people have been um instructed by God to get land to be able to grow food on there. Okay. So that is the reason why God is giving people land, giving is allowing people to acquire land, to access land that may have been difficult to acquire will be easier. Continue praying. Okay. If you've got an eye on a piece of land, you're a believer, you know, pray. Pray until you get that land. Pray, position yourself, put the documents that you need. If you need documents for it, put it together and, you know, and hand it in. Purchase it if you're going to purchase it. Rent if you're going to rent it, you know. Um, that's something you should do. If you can't buy land, go to your local council. For those of you who are in the UK, you can rent out no matter where you are in the UK. You can rent land from your local council. Okay, so you can apply. Maximum it takes to get rented land is 2 years in the UK, but um, sometimes it's shorter. Sometimes you can get it within a month of applying, sometimes within 6 weeks or 6 months of applying, sometimes 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 months, 2 months, 5 months, 4 months. You get the drift. 8 months, okay? But there is, depending on the availability of land, okay? But you shouldn't be put off. You can still um put your name down on the list, wait, and then while you're waiting, if you've got, you know, if you live in a flat like we do, you can get a greenhouse, or even if you can't get a greenhouse for lack of space, you can use your windowsills, get pots, get acquainted with planting your crops and stuff like that. Begin to learn if you want to go into poultry farming as well, because you are allowed to keep animals on certain plots. Okay, on all plots actually you can. You just have to write in and ask for permission to do that. That's something that I may end up looking into, to get some chickens, because I want to get a laying chicken for eggs, and also um eggs for meat, because the food industry is about to go crazy. They are about to give us fake food, okay? Put out fake food in supermarkets and stuff like that. So that is the reason why I want to go into poultry, get at least 2 3 chickens that lay eggs, and then get at least a few that produce meat, okay, on our allotment plot, okay. But if I'm not able to, for whatever reason, I'll still have land where I can grow vegetables, and then just source, from a farm, nearby farm, um, to buy proper meat, chicken meat, to buy proper beef, to buy proper pork. Okay, so yeah, and basically for food. So it's part of the wealth transfer. So yeah, go acquire some land. Go buy some land if you've got the money and you're able to buy it. For those of you who are in countries that can do that, even the UK, you can buy land, but it's expensive. But if you've got the money, you can. And then other parts of the world, you can buy land and use it for real estate purpose, building basically houses on a house on there or houses on there, and then for food. Okay, so for those of you who may think, well, why should I? Why the urgency? Think of it this way: why do you think Bill Gates has got so much farmland? Because he knows that the time is coming when food is being controlled. All his rich friends, him and his family included, will be able to eat off of his land, off of his farm. He can charge you for food. Okay, so he'll be making money, but also his family will be catered for. His friends will be catered for. Okay? The same thing with something rich dad Robert Kiyosaki has done the same thing. He has got land and bought cows, wagyu beef, okay? And he said he knows that the rich people will be able to buy his beef. They'll be able to buy his meat. When food is controlled, they'll buy his meat. It's going to be expensive because wagyu meat is expensive. Wagyu cattle is expensive. But he's got friends who will buy it because they're wealthy. Okay? So we should be doing the same. We should be doing the same thing. I had a dream where in the dream basically I saw herdsmen that were just sitting there on land. Okay? It's like they were grazing their cattle, they were grazing their sheep, they were out and about. And then there was another section where I had land, and on this land it's like where you tie goats to graze. It was fenced over with for goats to graze, and I know that eventually, um, if I can't if I can't necessarily acquire big enough land in this country. I should be able to for animals. For things like pigs, for things like goats. I'll look into that. Okay. And then another thing that I saw was basically where I had acquired some fish from fish farm, and I was taking it away home. Okay, it was a market where live fish, so if I'm able to source fresh fish or get a fish farm, okay, where I'm allowed to do fishing for food, I'll go and get that spot. Okay, or buy fresh fish from a source where I know that it's good fish for food. So that is basically the reason why it's part of the wealth transfer. So since it's part of the wealth transfer, make it part of your portfolio that you have it land there. If you're buying a house, make sure it has a bit of plot at the back so that you can use part of it for agriculture, or a family that you're going to be renting it out to, or individual that you're going to be renting it out, will have access to basically grow their own food and also rear some animals for food. Okay, I have a friend who has a chicken coop and at the back of their house, and also have a garden alongside it, and have space still enough for her children to play, for her family to play, and have outdoor play access. There are many families who are like that. Where I lived, there was a family like that as well, and they had, chicken coop for laying chicken and for meat chicken, and space also to grow food. So it's doable, guys. It's doable, and these are people in the UK, so it's doable. It's doable. Okay, so go ahead, acquire land, and while you are waiting for your land, learn agriculture. If you're not, if you don't know anything about growing your own food, learn. Start small and then get bigger, and then once you get your land, you'll be good to go. Same with, you know, poultry farming, goat farming, pig farming, all of that. Learn if whatever you want, whichever one you want, cattle farming, whichever one, learn about it while you wait for your land, so that when you get it, you you'll be good to go. And also begin to acquire equipments for your farm. You know, that's what I did. I got a greenhouse, got planting pots before we got our plot. Got space for, got tubs for compost, got jerrycans for fertilizers, got seed bank for our seeds. We got grow lights, all of those things. We got hose, we got a rake, we got dibblers, all of those spades, hammers, all sorts of things for our garden. So yeah, and we're still buying, polytunnels, grow bags, and I'm still buying. I'm still buying more because I've still got things to buy. I need to buy things like trellis and wheelbarrow, all sorts, watering cans. But yeah, that is it, guys. Let me know if you've got any questions. Put it in the comment section. I'll be more than happy um to respond to you. But yeah, there's so many content of agriculture on YouTube. Go watch videos and practice. While you're watching videos, don't just watch but also practice what you've learned. Put it into practice so that you get better. That's the only way to get better. I need to do my hair, guys. I need to do my hair. But anyway, that is it. I see you in the next video. Bye.